I'm having a 9 a.m. hot Cheetos craving. All right, so today it is Foundation Friday. I'm super excited for this one because this is a different kind of situation. This is the CoverGirl Custom Blend Foundation. The whole idea with this is that there's actually an app that's basically supposed to scan your face, tell you your custom shade, ship it out to you, and it's supposed to be basically an exact match to your skin tone. So I have lots of thoughts on this app to start out with. So we're gonna start out with the actual app and the process, and then go into some of the claims, what this foundation is supposed to do, and then the demo, and you guys will see me wearing it throughout the day like usual. So in the App Store, the app is called CoverGirl Custom Blend. You download the app. Once you actually download the app, you have to sign up, give them your email, all of that kind of stuff. And then they ask you to describe the skin of your cone? They ask you to describe the tone of your skin. I put very light. They ask you to select your ethnicity. How would you categorize your undertone, which I put neutral in the middle, and then they ask what your age is. You do all that, and then it gets to the part where you're actually supposed to scan your face using the app. It actually tells you to go in even indoor lighting, which I thought was a little bit strange. I tried it in both natural lighting and indoor lighting under one of my studio lights. I feel like natural lighting gives the most true to color look of your skin, so I'm not sure why they would have you stand in indoor lighting. I can also see a lot of people who don't have studio lights just going into a bathroom or something, which generally isn't the most accurate lighting. The actual scanning process was bizarre to me. So you're supposed to obviously do it without makeup on. So I didn't have makeup on. I was wearing a shirt that kind of went down so you could still see my neck. There's a circle around your face that you're supposed to line up. It doesn't look like it actually scans your neck, which was a bit concerning to me. I don't know how they're supposed to match your face to your neck if they're not actually scanning your neck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times people's faces are actually a bit darker than their neck, but when you're putting on a full face of makeup, you want your face to match the rest of your body. So I tried the scan 4 different times because I was just totally shocked at the result I was getting. So the actual process, it says to keep turning towards your right until scan is complete. Those words felt very broad to me. I tried it a couple different ways. I first just kept turning my head like this to the right, and it didn't look like a whole lot was happening. There's a bar that tells you it's scanning, and I kid you not, every single time I tried this, I had to do it from anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, literally just turning my head. It took forever and a half to actually scan my face. Certain points when you would turn, a yellow circle would light up, so I felt like that was a good sign. It doesn't tell you if that's the right thing that you want or if that means that you're out of frame or something. So who knows? Honestly, if I wasn't doing this for a video, as I was scanning my face as a consumer, I probably would have pieced the heck out. It took way too long. You didn't know if anything was actually happening. At one point, I thought my app froze. So once the scanning is complete, they give you kind of a half face breakdown where it says, do you want to match or enhance your look? Choose your preferred look, then customize your bottle. Again, super broad. What the heck does enhanced foundation versus match foundation mean? The only thing I could distinguish was that the enhanced foundation to me looked a little bit darker, and it also looked like a little bit more coverage. They kind of had my face blurred out a bit more. The match foundation looked more like my color, but it looked super light coverage. You can see my acne on that side a lot more than the enhanced side. So like I said, I did this 4 times. One of the times I chose the enhanced foundation, the other time I chose the match foundation. I got the exact same numbers. So once you make it to the next page, they tell you your custom ID, which is basically your skin color, your skin intensity, and your undertone. And they kind of rank it on this scale. Every single time I got either 41 or 42. As soon as I saw the bar was that far over for this skin, I was a little concerned. I am typically the lightest or second to lightest shade in pretty much any foundation, so the fact that they ranked my skin color 41, yeah. Big flaw in the app to me is that you can't go back from this page. So if I wanted to go back and actually choose the enhanced foundation or the match foundation and see if the numbers were different, you can't do it. You have to do the entire process over again. I wish they would explain more on here what these things actually mean. I think it would have been helpful to be able to click on your skin color, your skin intensity, and actually see what the heck is skin intensity supposed to mean. I also wish you could drag it. I know the whole thing is that they're supposed to customize it for you, but for example, if I know 41 is going to be way too dark for my skin tone, I don't want to pay $25. This product retails for $25, by the way, and you get 1 fluid ounce of product. I don't want to pay 25 bucks for something if I know that it's going to be way off. I get that part of the experience is them customizing it for you, but what if I want to adjust that? You can't do it. You can try and try again to get a lighter color or a darker color if you know you're actually deeper than what they're giving you, but every single time that I did it, I got within 41 or 42. So the final color that I ended up getting was 42, 21, 36. The reason why I tried 2 more times was that I tried to get back to that 41 number and I couldn't do it. So that is what I went with. So as soon as I was tweeting about this, I got tons of tweets from you guys saying that you got the exact same numbers that I did. And some of you were even saying that you're 3 or 4 shades darker than I am. So that is concerning to me. I literally think they might just pull numbers from when they have you select your tone and undertone of your skin beforehand. Depending on how you choose your ethnicity, they might add more yellow undertones to it, or pink undertones, or red undertones. The only thing that I enjoyed during this process was actually getting to personalize your label. That was the best part. You can type in whatever the heck you want there. You can choose the color of the label and you can choose the font as well. I obviously went with white and black, story of my life. And they give you a description and ingredients. So the only claims that you can find about this foundation are actually on the app. I don't know if the page is just down right now, but when I went on my computer and on my phone, both pages were completely blank on CoverGirl. So on the app, it says medium coverage formula with a lightweight feel, blends easily and adapts to your skin for a natural no makeup look. This oil-free formula does not clog pores and is suitable for sensitive skin. So like I said, this retails for 25 bucks. Let's just let that sink in. This is CoverGirl. CoverGirl, a drugstore brand, and this is $25. So after that, you submit your shipping information, and then I did get a confirmation email that day. It shipped out pretty quick. So what that tells me is that there's not a whole lot of customization going into this. Logistically, I'm guessing that they have about 10 shade combinations ready to go, and they just ship those out. With those 3 numbers and the range within those, I'm not going to do the math, but there's probably thousands of combinations that you could actually get, and I don't think that's really happening. It's just not very practical. So when you get it in the mail, it comes in this box. You get your foundation on one side, and then it actually comes with a free mascara. I would rather pay a few dollars less and not get a mascara in here, but they do give you a Lash Blast Volume mascara. Yay. And then they also give you a $2.50 off coupon. So I just realized on the card that comes in the foundation, I have to sneeze. The card that comes in the box tells you what the color intensity and undertone is, so that's helpful. Wish they did that on the app before you're purchasing it. It says color measures the lightness or darkness of your skin. It's what you have in mind when you think of skin tone. We use a scale of 25 to 50, and the higher the number, the lighter your shade. This is helpful to know. So 50 is technically the lightest shade. So I'm a 42, so that means that there are 8 shades lighter than the one that they gave me. Intensity tells us how bright your skin is based on the level of color saturation in your skin. Our scale spans from 15 to 30. The higher your number, the brighter your skin. So I got a 21, so 30 is technically the highest. Undertone determines the subtle hues of your complexion. Cool skin has a pink or red hue, while warm skin has a yellow or golden hue. The scale ranges from 30 to 45, and the higher your undertone, the warmer your complexion. So I got a 36, 45 is the highest. I think I am more neutral, kind of warm. So that actually I think is pretty close. The color bar I think is the most off, and again, you can't adjust it yourself. So this is very helpful. I really think they should have put this on the actual app. If I could look at those numbers and know what they mean before I actually gave CoverGirl my credit card, I think that would probably help people purchase. So as far as the packaging, how this comes, I think is better than just throwing this in like a bubble wrap, but it doesn't seem super custom. It would have been really cool if they could print your name or something on part of the packaging. That would help make it feel a little bit more custom. So I'm going to start swatches here of this custom foundation compared to some of my other lightest shades of foundation. I am going to go run out today and get the 3-in-1 foundation so you guys can see how the lightest shade of that compares to what I was ranked with for this. Okay, so swatch time. Here is my Oh So Custom shade in the CoverGirl Custom Blend Foundation. Right here next to it, I just went and picked up the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation. So this is it in the lightest shade 810. Next over is the Pure Cosmetics Beardoll Foundation in Porcelain. This is a pretty good shade match for me. Then next over is Dermacol 208. This one also works really well for me. These two look totally different, but they both work. Here's Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110. And then last is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB in the lightest shade, which is way too dark for me, but I love this product and I usually mix it with other foundations. So this one's definitely the pinkest out of all of these, pink and quite dark. So I think that's all the claims and information I have on this thing. My nose is itching. You guys will see what I think of the shade and how this applies in the demo. But if you're excited for this video and you like Foundation Friday videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you are new here, you can join the Beige family and subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Foundation Friday every single Friday. Let's jump into the video. All right, it is 7:51 a.m. on a Saturday. By the way, this is marble background. My screen is not cracked. Half asleep right now, but we are gonna wake up real quick. I need coffee. Cheers. So I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face. Used my Jouer anti-blemish matte primer like usual. So I am very curious about this because, as you've probably already heard in the intro, never been a shade 41 in my life, let alone in the middle category. This in the bottle looks very dark. CoverGirl foundations already tend to pull pretty dark and they do oxidize a lot on my skin tone. So I'm actually going to pick up my mom right after I film this. So might be looking like an Oompa Loompa today. So it looks like this is their normal kind of pump foundation bottle. So I'm pumping out about a dime size to start. So like usual, I'm gonna do half my face. Oh, where'd my sponge just go? I'm gonna do half my face with my Sigma F80 brush, and then on the other half, I'm gonna use my Pure Cosmetics sponge. I kind of thought when you were going to be customizing it, you were going to be able to kind of customize your coverage. That would kind of make sense for a custom foundation. It has a very pink undertone. It's always a little bit difficult to see the true shade under the lights, but you can see a distinction. My neck looks a bit more yellow than this foundation. So I'm just going to pull this all the way down basically to the top of my shirt thing, bralette. So it looks nice. I mean, it looks nice and smooth. So the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation, I have tried a couple times. I don't think I have an actual video on it, but it was just way too dark and it oxidized a shit ton. From what I'm remembering from it, this looks much more dewy to me, which I like. This looks like it has a nice satin kind of finish. I actually got pretty good coverage. This looks like high medium coverage off of one layer. Covered my acne and everything pretty well. I'm gonna squeeze a bit more out onto the palette and let's try a sponge on this side. Everyone's favorite part, the pouncing sound. I just can't do it slower. I don't understand how you like slowly pounce. Not trying to sit here for 10 minutes bouncing foundation on my face. Okay, I'm getting much lighter coverage with a sponge. Yeah, with the sponge, this looks like about low medium coverage. I also feel like the product isn't going as far with the sponge. And it's not looking textured on my skin at all. It looks very nice and just kind of skin-like. My center of my forehead looks really good. I do want to see if this is buildable, so I'm going to squeeze a tiny bit out and just go in on some of the spots to see if it covers. Okay, totally buildable. Now we're getting, yeah, full coverage. Sweet. I'm not going to bring this into my nose area, just focusing this on where I need more coverage. The 3-in-1 didn't sit on my skin as nice. This one is totally just kind of melting into my skin. Definitely too dark, so I would have to mix this next time I wore it. So as far as I'm actually matching this to my skin tone, I give that about a 0.5 out of 10. I'm going to get up close and show you guys because this does look very nice. So lights are turned down. Look at the finish of this. I mean, it looks really nice. It doesn't look cakey anywhere. It's just sitting on my skin really nicely. Literally just kind of melted in. And look at that coverage. We got full coverage down here. Center of my forehead doesn't look textured at all. So right now the coverage in the formula I'm liking. So it's now 8:02. I'm gonna do the rest of makeup. Not sure. I think I might set this one with the powder. I don't know. I'm really liking the finish of it and stuff right now. I need to do something with this hair. What is happening? Okay, so it's now 8:26, 8:30 a.m. We're gonna call the check-in time 8 o'clock because that's pretty much when I finish my face. I did end up setting my face. I used the MAC Select Sheer Pressed Powder in NC5 just to try and match my face a little bit better to my body. I just used a super light kind of dusting of powder. I didn't really put a ton on today, and it looks really nice. My skin looks just like skin. It doesn't look like there's a ton of makeup sitting on top of it. The radiance is still coming through. I'm not sure if you guys can see on my forehead, but my skin just looks really nice and healthy right now. Pretty much liking everything except the shade right now. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's on the rest of my face. So to contour / bronze, I use the Burberry Earthy Blush in number 7 Light Glow. I use this in a Shadow and Schmooze video. I'm not sure if that's gonna be going up before this or what, but there it is. The blush I used is Max Factor Nude Mauve blush. This is so pretty. Love this color. It gives you a really nice glow too. And then my highlight is the Hourglass Ambient Light Ethereal Light. This is their lightest ambient lighting powder. I've been using the other shade, which I thought was the lightest, but they actually have one lighter. Totally forgot. Also, my eyeshadow is the Makeup Revolution I Love Makeup Fast Love palette. These were a bit patchy. I just went in with the matte shades over here. And then lips, I used a combo of the Lip Color Contour by Burberry in medium 03 and then their Nude Beige 500 lipstick. Looks like this. This one is super pretty. This is one of those ones that you can layer on top of anything and it looks good. So that's everything that's on my face right now. The next check-in I do will be in natural lighting. I'll probably be with my mom. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to link the mom tag over here if you want to get to know Mama Beirito. Alright, so it is 1 o'clock. I'm here with Mama Beirito over there. We just went to Discovery Park and now we're going to go eat some lunch. But I wanted to do a check-in. Hope I'm not covering the mic right now. It's been 5 hours and I feel like in the car lighting you can really tell how much darker this is. It's oxidized, but it also just looks way too pink and dark. But as far as the actual formula and how it's looking, it still looks really smooth, I think. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. The color's way off. Yeah. But as far as how it looks, I do think it looks pretty natural, the finish of it, if it was the right shade. And I'm getting a tiny bit of creasing on my upper lip, but around my nose it looks pretty good on my pores. Center of my forehead I really like how it looks. I'm actually getting a little bit of separation over here, which is a little odd. Yeah, way dark. Now you can definitely tell. But we're gonna go do Seattle things, run to Target, and why are you? I can only find this. And then I'll check back in at the end of the night. Okay, so it's now 6:02 p.m. So the foundation's been on for 10 hours. We have been running errands, grocery shopping, all of that good stuff. I've changed like 10 times today. But let's talk about the foundation. So it has majorly oxidized. Hopefully you guys saw it in the car lighting because again in here you can't really even tell the shade, but it's definitely about 3 shades too dark now. The shade just looks super off in real life, but it's held up really nicely. For being on for 10 hours, it looks really good. It doesn't look heavy anywhere. I do feel like it has kind of a natural skin-like look to it. It's starting to separate a bit on my forehead. I don't think it's noticeable unless you are literally staring like an inch away in the mirror. There, I think you can see a little bit of the separation happening. Doesn't look super great, but I am super close to the camera right now. In real life, someone probably wouldn't get that close to your face to examine your foundation. Like I said in the check-in, it's separating a little bit on the side of my face. I might try using a different primer with this. Here's kind of the separation over here. So here's what it looks like up close. Again, I think for 10 hours, it's hard to stay in focus right now. There we go. Like my pores, for me, look pretty good. They look pretty nice and smooth. Since I like how it gives kind of a more skin-like look, but it is too dark, I think I would mix this with something like the Marc Jacobs Remarkable in the lightest shade because that one's a bit too light and it can look a tiny bit heavy. So something like this I feel like would help make it look a little bit more natural but also lighten it. Would I pay $25 for this? Definitely not. This reminds me actually a lot of the Ready Set Gorgeous foundation by CoverGirl. The feel and look of it feels very lightweight and it just looks and feels like skin. So if you want a similar look, I would say just go with the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. 25 bucks to me for this foundation is ridiculous, especially considering the technology I feel like was not that great with the whole face scan and shade matching and everything. But it's fun and it's something different. I do commend them for doing something kind of out of the box and different for a drugstore product. Just fell a little short, in my opinion. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can always let me know down below what foundations you want to see next in Foundation Friday. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.